Sassy, how are you? I've heard so much about you. Oh, I understand. I read Leroy's book. Oh, you want to interview me? I'd love to. Sassy, my favorite elementary teacher was Mrs. Woodward, who I had in 5th grade. She was such a big history buff and made learning so much fun. I loved her, and I loved history. That's why I became a 5th grade teacher later on. How many years did it take to become a principal? Oh, that's a lot, Sassy. I had to go all the way through high school and then college and then even a master's degree. Those are both good questions, Sassy, and really important. Probably the 2 most important you've asked. My favorite foods are an apple for sure, and then maybe a cheeseburger. Or an apple burger. Whoa, I didn't think about that. My least favorite food though? Anything spicy. I can't eat it. Gross. Do I eat dessert after dinner? Of course, and I eat it before too. That's what happens when you're an adult, Sassy. Do I have a pet? Of course I do, Sassy. I have Rizzo. Rizzo. And Rizzo. He's the best dog in the world. What do I like to do when I get home? That's a great question. I like to, play with my dog and do projects around the house. Well, if it's a really exciting Friday night, I like to listen to audiobooks. My favorite vacation spot? Oh, I'm glad you asked, Sassy. I love to go on trips. I've been to like 15 countries. But my favorite was Jamaica because of the beach and because of how nice the people were there. I also went to Sweden, and that was a lot of fun. I was able to see my grandpa's hometown, but it was pretty cold. Not as much fun as Jamaica. What are my favorite teams? Sassy, I love the Hawkeyes. Anything University of Iowa. They're the best. I also love the Packers and the Cubs. Oh, no, not Iowa State. The Hawkeyes. When can we go back on the playground, Sassy? Ooh, that's a great question. I wish we could go back right now, but we have to wait until we're told that it's safe and we can all be healthy out on the playground. Thanks so much for submitting those great questions, Sageville students. I loved answering them, and I hope to hear back from you again. And Sassy, thanks so much for taking time out of your busy day to interview me.
Great question, Sassy. I am actually from a small northeast Missouri county called Lewis County. I've lived in every single city in that county, believe it or not. Before coming to Sageville, I was at Irving Elementary School in the very center of this town, and I just wanted to see the country, so I decided to come out to Sageville. My absolute favorite things about teaching 2nd grade, Sassy, are that kids love to learn in 2nd grade. We also get to do lots of things with our hands in 2nd grade. Teaching is so amazing because we get the opportunity to learn something new every single day. My favorite things about Sageville are the people and the kids here. Everybody makes you feel warm and welcomed and happy, and they're really creative. And Sassy's here. The GOAT, the best of all time, is LeBron James. I don't know, LeBron. I think Sassy may give you a run for your money.
Hi, Sassy. It's nice to meet you. You are such a big part of our Sageville school. So this is really an honor for me to get to have this interview with you. Why did I want to be a music teacher? Doesn't everybody want to be a music teacher? Oh, well, you're right. Maybe not. So I chose to be a music teacher because I had a high school music teacher who was fabulous, and she was very dear to me. And I thought the best way to honor her would be to become a music teacher too. I took piano lessons starting in second grade all through high school. So I was pretty good at playing the piano. I was a singer all that time. I also played saxophone and loved playing saxophone in a jazz band through middle school and high school. And so it was like a big hobby for me that I kind of turned into what my job was. Well, Sassy, I've taught at a lot of different places before, actually. I've taught out in western Dubuque County in places like Petersburg and New Vienna, and many years in Dyersville, and in a little town called Worthington, and another little town called Epworth. And then for the last 17 years, I taught here in Dubuque, but I taught for Holy Family schools. So I directed a choir there, and I taught students that went to St. Anthony's and students that were in the Our Lady of Guadalupe program. Well, Sassy, I like so many different kinds of music. That is really a hard question for me to answer. I like jazz music because I played the saxophone. I like classical music because I've played that in many different groups. I was in an orchestra in college, and a lot of my piano music was classical, so I love doing that. I just like to turn on the radio and listen to either like country music, like Blake Shelton, or listen to rock music, pop music on the radio stations, like Maroon 5 is one of my favorite groups. And I like Katy Perry. Oh, there's a lot of people. Meghan Trainor. So I like a lot of different kinds of music. Well, Sassy, I do have a life outside of school, just like all the other teachers. I have 3 children. So my biggest job outside of school is that I'm a mom, and I love being a mom. But my kids are a lot bigger than the students here at Sageville. My kids are like young adults. So, Sassy, I was wondering if you would like to learn how to sing. Okay, well, let's try it. Ra, 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 ra. Can you sing that? Wow, Sassy, that was something, all right. Wow, but I am so excited that you tried, because you are a very brave Sasquatch to try something new like that. I hope all the kids here at Sageville are brave like you and are willing to try new things in music and in other subjects too.
Well, Mr. Craig, Sassy and I hear that you leaving Sageville. Is that true? That's true. An opportunity has come along, and I've decided to take it. Sassy wants to know a little bit more about your career in the schools. Well, I started back in January 1998, and I worked at Hempstead for 14 years. During that time, I was on the night shift. On third shift, I actually moved to first shift, where I did a lot of taking care of the outside of the building, football fields, baseball fields, a lot of the mechanical stuff inside the building. And then I eventually ended up here approximately 9 years ago, almost 10 years ago, and I've been here ever since. Sassy says, what's some of your favorite Sageville memories? Oh, let's see. Some of my favorite memories at Sageville. One of them would have to be the day when Mr. Keith and I purchased Freezy Pops for all the kids at the Spring Fling Fun Day I think we had, and we got to hand them out to all the kids, and that was fun. We've done a lot of films over the years, you know. Mr. Dyer has, we've done a lot of fun stuff for the SNN and the Sassy stuff, and you know, just being here every day with the kids has been awesome. It's a great bunch of people at Sageville. I've always said that. I've always enjoyed my time here, and I will miss it. Yeah, the furry fella's asking, what you gonna be doing next, Mr. Craig? Sure. I've accepted a job working for Habitat for Humanity, and I will be their construction manager, working on projects as they build homes for people that are less fortunate in the area, Dubuque County and Jackson County. Well, Squatch here says, good luck, Mr. Craig. Sageville's gonna miss you. Speaking of leaving, I realize that you just don't need me no more, Sassy. Well, what it means is, I came here to speak Squatch, help you communicate. Now the kids at Sageville, they understand you. They may not know what you're saying, but they know what you're meaning. Take care, old buddy.
Well, Sassy, that was a tough question at first for me, but I've never wanted to be anything else but a teacher, and physical education is so important to me, kids being fit and having fun. Yeah, Sassy, my favorite team is the Chicago Cubs. Ever since I was a 5th grader and I went on a field trip to Wrigley Field, I've been in love. Well, my favorite lessons to teach in PE class are any cooperative games. I love to watch the sportsmanship and the teamwork between the students. And I'd have to say learning how to jump rope because it's hard. And I like to teach that if you give up, will you learn? No. So keep trying and always have fun. I believe physical fitness is so important, and being physically literate, knowing how to strike and run and hop and jump, because if you can do those things, you can go on any adventure in the entire world. It's wide open for you. Thanks for talking to me, Sassy. I just wanted you to know that I love being here at Sageville. It's so welcoming and warm, and I love the students. Hey, Sassy, so I was thinking maybe you could come and join us in one of our warm-ups, and we can work on building a better push-up.
Hi, Sassy. Thanks for coming to the health office today. We're going to talk about how to safely wear a mask. Yes, that's right, Sassy. Correctly wearing a mask is important to stop the spread of COVID-19. You are a smart Sasquatch. That's correct. COVID-19 spreads person to person by respiratory droplets from your respiratory system. We produce droplets when we cough, sneeze, talk, shout, and sing. Masks help to prevent the droplets from reaching others. So by wearing a mask, you protect your teachers and your classmates. Okay, Sassy, I'd like to show you how to put your mask on properly. Sassy, the correct way to wear a mask is to fasten it behind your ears with clean hands. Make sure that your nose and your mouth are covered and it's snugly underneath your chin. Oh no, Sassy. You need to keep the mask over your mouth when you talk. All right. Over your nose and mouth and under your chin. Oh, sorry, Sassy. You're still doing it wrong. The mask needs to cover your mouth and your nose and be secure under your chin. And if you talk and your mask falls down underneath your nose, that means your mask is the wrong size. So come to the office and we'll supply you with another mask. Yes, you're right. It's great to keep an extra mask in your backpack. Sometimes our masks become soiled or wet throughout the day. It is important to change them when this happens. And they should be washed daily at home, too. I know, Sassy. Wearing a mask is uncomfortable, and it's not always fun, but it's how we keep each other safe. I wear a mask to protect you, and you wear a mask to protect me. We show that we care for each other when we wear our masks.
Hi, Sassy. I'm so excited to be interviewed by you. You're very popular in my classroom downstairs. Well, Sassy, that's a great question. I always knew I wanted to be a teacher. My mom was a teacher growing up, and she still works in the school district, and I always saw her working with kids, and it really made me want to become a teacher as well. What do I like best about my job? Well, I love coming into school and seeing all the smiling faces under the mask. You really can't see the teeth, but I can tell with your eyes that everyone's so happy to be at school at Sageville. Ooh, Sassy, that's a good one too. I love sports. Some of my favorite sport teams are all from Chicago. The Chicago Bears, Chicago Cubs, and the Chicago Bulls. My favorite music to listen to in the car. Well, Sassy, I would say country is my favorite music to listen to in the car. I like to sing too, but I don't think other people like to hear me sing. Sassy, that's a good question. I bet your favorite food is, bugs? I think my favorite food would be mashed potatoes, or maybe a baked potato, potato chips, French fries. Anything's with potatoes, actually. When the day is all over, Sassy, I like to go home, make some nice dinner, and just sit on the couch and watch some Netflix. Well, thanks so much for having me on the show, Sassy. You should stop by our room sometime and see some of my students. They'd be really happy to see you.
Well, Sassy, I'm originally from Sherrill, Iowa. I attended Sageville School here and proceeded through the school district and graduated from Hempstead. Well, Sassy, what I like to do in my free time, I like to do a little hunting, a little fishing, and I love doing some gardening. Well, Sassy, where I worked before was I come from a manufacturing background, and then I became assistant head at Roosevelt Middle School, and then I was gracious enough to get the job here at Sageville. The best thing I like about Sageville, Sassy, would absolutely have to be the students and the staff. Well, Sassy, the hardest part about my job would happen to be the winter cleanup after all the salt and stuff like that tracking through the building. Sassy, what's it like to be a head custodian? How about you help me find out and work with me for a while?
It's good to see you too, Sassy. We go way back. Do you remember when I brought you to Sageville for the first time? What have I been up to? Well, since I'm not a Sasquatch searcher anymore, I've been trying a few different jobs. Good morning, boys and girls. My name is Lance Evergreen, the world's greatest outdoor adventurer. Please look at the board and repeat after me. Mr. Evergreen.
Mr. Evergreen.
Right. Today's adventure, we're going to be doing some math problems. Our very first problem today is going to be a math problem. It's going to be 42 divided by 7. Now, when you do a problem like this for division, you really have to think about it. How many times can 7 go into 4? Well, I take 7 minus 4. And I get -3. And then I bring down the 2. And then I times the 5. And then I add 150. And then I explore the wilderness. What did you guys get? 6? Everyone got 6? Class, it looks like there's 3 important rules today that you must follow in order to be successful. Number 1, stay in your seats. Number 2, raise your hand. And the most important rule, according to the sheet, is when you turn in your test, please do it quietly and respectfully right here. Being a classroom teacher is a lot harder than it looks. Substitute teaching in the classroom wasn't my gig, but today I got a call. Today I'm going to be a substitute PE teacher. Lance Evergreen, the world's greatest substitute PE teacher. What could possibly go wrong? Let's put the dodgeballs back in the bin. Being a substitute PE teacher didn't work out too well either. Well, today I'm here. I'm going to play basketball with the first grade. They make it look so easy. In high school, I had a nickname, Lance Never Miss. I'm going to show you how it's done.
This is how it's done.
Well, I guess I should just stick to something outside. I'm the world's greatest outdoor adventurer. What was that, Sassy? Did you hear that? Oh, I gotta go. Have a good summer. See ya. Bye.